What's going on, everybody? Sparks Comics here, doing something a little bit different today. Going to do a video talking about my top 10 reads of the week. Each week may differ. There may not be 10, there may be less, there may be more. But this week I'm going to run it down. And so because this is something new, I want you guys to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video, if you have suggestions to make it better, or if you think should stop doing these, don't do this ever again, let me know down in the comments below. And if you're finding this channel for the first time, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video on your way out today. Welcome back, everybody. First up, we're going to start off with number 10. And number 10, I couldn't really decide between these two because they are two books that ended this week. And that right here, first of all, with those is The Bequest, issue number 4. This wrapped up a great D&D style comic here. And I'm hoping that we get a volume 2 with this one. It sounds like that's a possibility. So, The Bequest by Tim Seeley and Freddie Williams II from Aftershock Comics. That one was the first one that tied for number 10 for me this week. And from Behemoth Comics, we have Vietnam Horror issue number 4, Massimo Rossi and Vita Coppola on the art. This series was amazing. The horror from the war, the Vietnam War, but also this supernatural horror that they brought out into the story. Beautifully illustrated, or maybe not beautiful, but scary, and well written. Definitely one that if you haven't read, you definitely need to go back and read all 4 issues. They're all available on Behemoth Comics website, so go check that out if you haven't already. Coming in at number 9 for me this week. This one may surprise you. It is a Marvel comic, and that is Silk issue number 4. I have been loving this Silk miniseries. She's one of my favorite Marvel characters, so it's no surprise then, even though it's a surprise I'm telling you that it's in my top, it's no surprise that I love this series because this is probably some of the best Silk writing I've seen so far. I also got, for that one, I got the Jenny Frison 1 in 25 variant this week. But I think this is great because we're getting this character that could be a main villain for Silk, but also could maybe be somewhat of a, I don't know. The way this ended, it kind of leaves into question whether she'll remain a villain full time or whether she'll tread the anti-hero path. But it would be cool if she became Silk's main villain. You know, she needs a rogues gallery. A lot of the villains that she has, she's been sharing with Spider-Man. So it'll be interesting to see that shake out differently for her. Another one from Aftershock Comics this week. This one coming in at number 8. Phantom on the Scan, issue number 3. Cullen Bunn and Mark Torres. This has just been fantastic. These characters got powers. I believe it was from a comet. I feel like that there was a couple stories that had that going on. You Promised Me Darkness being one of them, but this I believe was the other one. And it sounds like more so than just the comet. Maybe there's something else going on. Some doctors involved that may know really what's going on with these people's powers. And somebody's hunting them down and killing them, while some other guy who is one of them who's developed powers is hunting down these doctors that were involved. And so there's a lot more mystery to this, but there is a very much supernatural horror element to this story as well, a psychic horror element, so super fun. to read this one, and the art's amazing. There's a QR code in each issue that brings you to a song that Mark Torres has made for the issue, so definitely one to check out for that element, as well as the story element. Coming in at number 7 from Aftershock Comics, I've got Nuclear Family issue number 5. This one by Stephanie Phillips and Tony Shasteen. This one was like nothing else that I've ever read, and I loved it for that. We have a family suddenly displaced in time during the Cold War and put into a world that has an alternate timeline where bombs dropped in America and destroyed it, leading to nuclear bunkers and a whole different society that included zombies roaming the wastelands. Nuclear Family number 5. All's well that ends well. Interesting how this ended, and be cool to see if Stephanie goes back into this world and explores it more. But I like the way it ended as was. So yeah, number 7 on the list, Nuclear Family number 5. Number 6, probably one of my favorite ongoings right now, Shadecraft issue number 4. This was just such a big week that somehow it got pushed down this far on the list. But number 6, Shadecraft number 4. I picked up cover A and B for this one, and wow, this story just keeps taking twists and turns, and the art by Lee Garbett is just amazing. But what Joe Henderson has been doing with this story is just so good. I can't wait to see what twists and turns we get next. The is he or isn't he her brother story that we've got going on for the Shadow right here takes another turn. So Shadecraft issue number 4, number 6 on the list of what I read this week. Going to number 5, we've got a new series from Image Comics. We have Vinyl issue number 1. This one is just wild. We have our serial killer here, Walter, who is potentially going to be saving his friend, who is an FBI agent, who seemed like he was trying to get Walter to confess to his crimes. But instead, the FBI agent friend gets kidnapped, essentially, by this cult at a sunflower farm, right? This is just strange things going on. But yeah, Walter's going to have to rescue him, and this kind of sets up that we do see, it's almost like we see it happening, and then we go back to where we started. I love that kind of plot device. So yeah, Vinyl issue number 1 is number 5 on the list. Going on to number 4 this week. You guys know this is one of my favorite since I started really getting into indie comics, and that is Something is Killing the Children. We had issue number 17 this week. This one by James Tynion IV, art by Werther Dell'Edera. And we see more and more of this world. We see different colored masks than just the black and the white. We see some blues and reds, and we learn about Ada Slaughter, one of the I don't know if she's a founding member of the House of Slaughter, but the black mask that she has, she is from further back and seems to be just kind of a retired member of the Black Masks. She is a very important and interesting character for their part of the house. And it's going to be interesting seeing more from her and more of what happens next in Erica's story as she becomes a part of the House of Slaughter. So issue 17 of Something's Killing Children from Boom Studios is my pick for number 4 this week. Such a great story. Moving on, these next ones, I don't know. It's hard to put them between 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna just take it here from 3, 2, 1. Number 3, Stray Dogs, issue number 5. Tony Fleece, Trish Forstner. Just an incredible story. Stray Dogs ending here on issue number 5. We got the pleasure of talking with Tony and Trish about Stray Dogs between issues 2 and 3. They told us you are not going to be ready for issue number 3 and beyond, and we're like, yeah, we'll be okay. No. This story takes such emotional turns. It's not afraid to kill off animals, which that I feel like killing an animal hurts more than killing a person in a comic, and so wow, it ends so good. There's not enough words to say how good this story was. So Tony, Trish, thank you guys for putting this story out there, creating such a wild, crazy, horrific story, but with such beautiful art, such beautiful characters, and a very satisfying ending. Stray Dogs number 5, number 3 on the list this week. New series from Boom Studios from Matthew Ehrman and Stefano Simeone comes in at number 2 on the list. Good Luck, issue number 1. Great start to the series. I got to read this early, thanks to Matthew, and we've had him and Lisa, who together create Witchblood, on the channel, and we got to talk to him briefly about this coming out, and I was so excited to be able to pick up a physical copy of this. I picked up the 1 in 10 variant as well. And guys, this is a crazy story. I love it. What we have happening is Good Luck and Bad Luck essentially end up meeting and causing a disruption in the world. People have almost quantifiable luck, except for some people are born with just completely no luck. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just no luck. And they are the people who can go in and potentially save the world from this cataclysmic event that is happening. And those are our heroes there on the front cover. They've been running through this scenario of how to stop what's going on. And the three of them together have been doing this, and they've never been able to do it until this guy gets added to the team, and they're all a little upset that he can do it where they've been failing. So he seems to be the final piece to the team. We'll see what happens going forward in this. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens next in this world. It's a very beautifully drawn world. Stefano does such a great job on the art, and this story is crazy and wild, and I love it. So we'll see what happens next there. But you guys probably, if you've been paying attention to the things that I read a lot, and things I've talked about, you can probably guess what my number 1 this week is. That's MFKZ, issue number 1 from Happy Tank Comics, the imprint of Behemoth Comics. This one previously was a French comic, and then it became a movie, and then got translated over to becoming an American movie. It's available on Netflix, so you can watch it there. Run is the creator of this. I picked up a couple covers, as in all of the covers by that, including this Vin's Diesel variant here, and we've got the 1 in 5 Bad Day variant. I love it. Just kind of explains what happens to our main character here, which makes it just so cool. And then they went and had to do these Garbage Pail Kids variants. This one crossed with Cyberpunk 2077. We have the Cyberpuke 2078 variant here. This was the 1 in 10 incentive variant. So I picked up the whole set of covers, main covers. I've got, I think, a store variant on the way from Farside Comics. Yeah, this is such a cool story. Started out with an oversized, I think, 44-page first issue, which really dives into the world of MFKZ, gets you set into this world, which the creator says is an alternate take on like his version of LA, but maybe a little bit worse off, and a look at the things that he loved about the world and things that were maybe needing addressing in that world. There's a cool little panel on the last page that he talks about everything, why he created MFKZ, and it's just such a crazy world that we've only just seen a little glimpse of it. And this is the first issue to kind of introduce you to the world. It does more than the comic did on kind of this part of the story, so I really appreciate those extra details that are in the comic. But having watched the movie, I know what's coming, and it's really cool to have some of those details already in mind. And I can't wait to see what comes next in the comics, what other details are in here. And so I'm in it for the long run. MFKZ, this is probably going to be... there's a lot of comics already created out there in the French version. So Happy Tank and Behemoth have a lot to build off of with this. And I could see this being very long running. And that's exciting because that means there is so much more to get to explore in this world. And I am ready and willing to go explore into this world. We'll do a full review of this at some point on the channel, but MFKZ takes the #1 spot this week. So thank you guys for watching this. This is something different. I've never done a top 10 kind of thing. I just wanted to try out something different because there's so many good reads this week. There's so many I didn't get to talk about as well, but those are the ones that I'm reading and wanted to tell you guys about. So thank you for watching. If you've made it here and aren't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel down below, and drop a like on the video, and let me know, what did you guys think of this video? Do you want me to do more of these? Do you think this is a silly idea? Let me know what you think. And as always, guys, collect what you love. See you next time.